Are we live?
We are, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Are you sure we're live? I'm not getting any notifications.
And
hello, and welcome to a Gypsy Kiss. It's Friday Fenndango, and I'm the magical treasure princess and life coach to the rich and famous, Shelley Carney.
And I'm administrative assistant to the magical treasure princess, Toby Younis. Thanks for joining us tonight. We got some things going on, including I've got to get my chat room set up. I don't have my chat room set up. Stick with us. We're gonna have fun tonight. There we go. Voila, we're there.
That's right. You all missed Joel. He was on the Sales Leaders Institute, and you missed it.
Yeah, we had a great time with him.
I even posted this on a Gypsy Kiss Facebook. Where have you people been?
Where have you people?
What are you all up to?
Where have you people? That sounded like...
Joel's in the room. Say hi, Joel.
Say hi, Joel. Do you have chat? Because I haven't had mine set up yet.
I have it on my phone.
All right. So hang on while I do this. Actually, so let me get this done first.
Housekeeping, you want towels?
Of course you want towels, because if you don't have towels, we're not going to do chat.
You don't got towels, you don't got nothing.
You don't got nothing if you don't
well,
got
maybe you
towels.
got toilet paper. I don't know.
Right. You better have toilet paper, considering the run that it was. Make sure that before you leave this evening, you like our video. YouTube likes it when you like our video. The magical treasure princess likes it when you like our video. Make her happy. Share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your business associates, the entirety of your social networks, so that we can
grow the channel.
And then finally, if you are not already a subscriber, this would be the ideal time to click down on that subscribe button. And when you see the notifications bell, ring that baby, and that way every time we start a live stream, you will be immediately informed and
in the know.
Because there's nothing better in life than being in the know. Hang on. I've got to...
Unless it's in the yes.
I got back to AGK here. Where are you?
Yes.
AGK. There we are. All right. That's a good start. All right. And then I do want to mention a couple of things. Number one, you'll see it down in the link below. Click on that link. As soon as I get this straightened out, I'll come back and I'll put it in the chat room. But click on that link for the AGK 4th Annual 2020 Survey. It'll be up through the end of April, but the sooner you do this, you don't have to sign your name. You don't have to enter your name. You don't have to provide any personal information. I don't know where these rumors get started. I swear to God, half the time the forums are like being in the 6th grade again.
We all have a conspiracy theory about everything.
Yeah.
Because we got nothing else to do but come up with conspiracy
We're
theory.
not using all that information to find out where you're looking for the
We
treasure.
might
forums.
Actually invite you to a movie, but that's probably about the extent of what we'll do with
Right.
your email.
So that's the second thing. Also in the link, in the description box below, there's a link to movie night. If you've already registered once, you don't have to register a second time. Okay, so once you've registered, you don't have to register a
You're
second time.
on the list.
You're on.
You don't have to come, but you will be invited.
Right. So tomorrow night we'll send you an invitation. We're going to have movie night on Zoom, and the movie that we're going to be showing is 1917, which is a movie that was released this year about the experiences of some British soldiers in World War I. And what makes it an outstanding film is the cinematography. And if you're a lover of great cinematography like I am, you're really going to enjoy this movie. And then afterwards, we'll open up the chat and we'll have a little conversation in the
grandfather
chat.
was in World War One.
It was?
Yeah. He and his brother. He had one or two brothers. He made it back.
I had a grandfather in World War I, a father and several uncles in World War II. One of them didn't make it back, and two uncles in the Korean. So I was just like shooting people, apparently. I don't know. Let's see. What was the last thing?
That's why you grew up playing with guns.
Yeah. What I was going to say something important here. So
about
make sure
the
survey, movie, Saturday movie. I think that's it. We're not doing giveaways. We don't
COVID conversations on Monday.
COVID conversations on Monday night at 7 o'clock with Dr. Coffee Brown. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Go back and see our Sales Leaders Institute program for today at 6 p.m. because our conversation was with Joel Lewicki, whom you all know and who I believe is in the chat room right now. So
he was. He might be on his way home to hang out with his kids.
Yeah, because that's what he was planning to do when we talked to him. But it was a great interview. We didn't talk any Fenn search stuff. We were talking about how the effects of the pandemic, of the virus, has affected his business, what he's doing to accommodate that, because he's an attorney, and attorneys are used to being face-to-face with their clients, and they're having to change that little reaction. So it was a really fun conversation. We are going to take we do have some text messages, but as always, if you want to communicate with us, make sure you precede your question in the chat room with an @ A space gypsies space apostrophe space kiss dot space
Don't
kiss.
forget the space.
Just put it in there, and YouTube will help you select us.
Frontier.
And that way, as the chat room is scrolling by us, we'll pick up on it. Make sure we get your question answered. Jeep Girl Jody, who was in our SLI this afternoon, was there, and she said, "Great job." She
checked out my live stream this morning, which was messed up originally, and I redid it. So if you saw the messed up one, I redid it. Go back and watch the redone one, and it's better. Tony Rusi watched it, and he said it was relieving that I had redone it because the first one was messed up. Anyway, Softer Side live every morning. I'm moving it to 11 to see how that goes because I had more people show up at the second one. So we'll try it at 11 every day on the Softer Side Live. And every morning we're going to talk about journaling and what I wrote in my journal and what's going on in the world. And if you're in the chat room, we'll just talk. So be there.
Even better. And then if you want to reach out to us by using our telephone, the number is 202-815-1171. You can send a text message right now. You can also leave a voicemail. Later on, we'll open up that phone line and we'll start taking some calls so that you can share your experiences of not searching for the treasure this year, because I think that's what it's going to be, not searching for the treasure.
I don't know. The weather just got nice. Can't we go look?
As long as you're wearing a mask, because I'm the one at risk here.
A mask.
What?
A mask. I was like, to disguise myself?
No, not a mask. I mean, a mask.
Mask?
Okay, so we only got one email of any import. No, I shouldn't say that. We didn't get any emails except this one. And it's from LR, who's in the room regularly. I don't know if he's there. LR, make yourself known. There he is, right? You know what, LR? We did talk about that because the reason this conversation with Joel was initiated is because he called me this morning because they're trying to figure out how to live stream their church service on Sunday without having everybody come in. And as for those of you that know Joel, you know that he's a man of faith and a member, very strong member of his faith community. So we wanted to help him with that. All right. So LR. I'm glad you highlighted yourself there, because what LR did is he sent us an email, and in that email he sent us a song, a recording of him playing a song that I guess he wrote the music for. The words you'll recognize, but I'm going to play it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. All right. So here we go. This is LR, whose name I don't actually know, because it wasn't. Maybe it's in the Gmail. Do you still have my Gmail in front of you there, Bubba? Bubba? MTP.
Oh, what?
Do you? You're watching the chat.
Me? I'm not Bubba. That's
I know.
Fenn. I'm not
Did
Fenn.
you? Do you have my email open in front of you?
No, you told me to get out of there.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to do a screenshot, and here, you guys enjoy this. I'm going to play it for all of us, all right? Because I think we could use it. Here we go, LR. Thank you for sending this. There we go.
As I have gone alone in there, and with my treasures bold, I can keep my secret where an hint of riches new and old. Begin it where warm waters haunt, and take it in the canyon down. Not far, but too far to walk, put in below the home of brown. No place for the meek, the end is ever drawing nigh. There'll be no paddle up your creek, just heavy loads and water high. If you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to seize. But tarry scant with marvel gaze, just take the chest and go in peace. Go and leave my trove for all to seek. The answers I already know. I've done it, tired, now I'm weak. So listen all and hear me good. Your effort will be worth the cold. If you are brave and in the wood, I give you title to the gold.
Very nicely done, LR. Very nicely done.
Treasure chest!
Treasure chest. The title to the treasure chest, huh?
That's right.
Okay, so let me close this screen.
All treasure chests are mine.
And I wanted to put those, oh, rats, I need to open the chat room. Hang on. Can you entertain the folks for just a sec? Here, let me see. I will give you something to do while we don't have any emails.
Say hello to the room.
Yeah, do that for me. All right, here we go. All right, you're up.
I got sunshine on a cloudy day. Hello, my friends in the chat room.
You got the month of May.
It's time for me to say, I guess K-Pro, Swami, Czar, and Davio are in the chat room.
That was good. That was cute.
Yeah. We have John Fucker, Money618. She was in my live stream this morning. We have J.K. Pioneer, Gallatin Ghost, Jen Smith.
And she's going to be with us. She signed up for the movie night tomorrow night.
Who's that?
Monty.
Okay. Czar. We have William, Hal Gibson, Chris Hurst, Journeyman, William, Always last in line. Hello. Not always.
Not
Bob Arch.
always. Not always last in line.
Jeep Girl Jody. AJ Rainbow. Sherry from PA. BJ Chambly. Hey, BJ. I haven't seen you in a long time. Captain Marvel. We have Corey J.
Charles Chapman wants to know what you're drinking.
I have tea in this cup. And I have club soda. Oops, club soda in there. My coaster just fell on. You want to see my coaster, though? Coaster's fun. It says, wine, how classy people get drunk. Oh, get trashed.
Classy people get trashed. That's nice. By the way, in case you guys haven't noticed, it's First Friday, and Shelley is here with us today. And as soon as she's finished saying hello to the room,
I can't go anywhere else anyway.
All right. So, but you did have,
yeah.
let's see, a Gypsy's Kiss. When are you going to have a fun movie, short and fun for us, new movie people of the world? Oh my God.
New movie people.
That's
What's that mean?
the YouTube generation.
Well, if we did a DISNEY movie, we'd probably get tagged real hard. So
Yeah. Maybe what we'll start doing, you know what we'll do? We'll do a series. We'll do like Jack Ryan. That series is really good. Or The Mandalorian, so we can see Baby Yoda.
that one's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's cute.
Mr. Key is here. Jim Siri. Last night in Texas.
I wanted to say thank you to Mel Restad for contributing $3 via Super Chat. By the way, if you too would like to contribute to our little project here, you can go down to the bottom of your screen. You'll see a grayed out by stylized $. Click on that $, and YouTube will walk you through the process. And don't forget to add a sticker. Okay, back to you, Shelley.
All right. We have Because I Can. What's up? Roy Burton. Jim Siri. Left Michigan for the winter, went to Texas, going home tomorrow. Oh.
Is that
T.I. Mattis?
is that Jim Siri from our member vault that flies? Is that Jim Siri?
No.
Oh,
Jim
okay.
Siri is the one that gave me that turquoise
Oh,
necklace.
got it. Yeah.
93 Butterscotch.
That's a new name.
Yummy.
Yummy.
Debbie Teal, Twiggy T, Joel Lewicki, Sarah Rocks,
She does.
Lori Barnes, she's one of our member vault members. And we have
Copper Dan and Tony Henman in the room. Okay, so I just posted.
I'm going to have to close my curtain. Stacy Harwood,
No,
Ronnie Lee. I'm like, the sun, it burns. LR is here.
LR just played for us. I just posted the survey link in the chat room. It's also in the description box below. And then here is the link to movie night. So in case you want to join us tomorrow night for movie night.
Colabrado's here. His great-grandfather on his mother's side was in the Civil War.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know any of us that were in any of the Delgados or Eunices in the Civil War.
Britt Chaser's here. Hey,
Hey,
Britt.
wow. Hey, Britt.
How's the
late.
lockdown going on there?
Stand up late. They just had theirs locked down too, didn't they?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
it's hanging. It's going everywhere. Any outie? Who else is here? Heavy Loads. Toby, I will definitely be searching. My spot is open.
Oh, already? I think we had a mild winter. The question is, I was looking at the state statistics today, and the one that's going to be out the longest is Colorado. They're not gonna fall off the curb until early July.
Hooley. Hooley's here. We
Hello.
missed you in the member vault, Hooley. John Patriot's here. Kathy Ramsey. Princess, you need to make some handkerchiefs that are blinged out for public appearances just till the corona is over. Interesting. Well, maybe somebody needs to send me one.
I may be able to make you one because today I ordered some handkerchiefs, some traditional handkerchiefs, and
They have to be big enough to tie around, though.
oh no,
Right?
they showed some. There was an Asian lady on YouTube that showed how to fold it, and then you use scrunchies. You know, the things that the girls used to use scrunchies, and it works out. So I ordered some. What was really funny?
I saw a picture of one guy wearing ladies' panties over his face, so I thought that's what you would go with. and then they go, dude, that's a really good idea for the coronavirus. And he's like, coronavirus?
I can't believe you were going to start another thing like that.
Oh, look, $10.
Here. That's from LR, whose song we just played. Thanks for the debut. He said,
oh, usually the money goes the other way around when you play somebody's song.
Yeah.
We'd have to pay him royalties.
Did you catch the word on my shirt? Hang on. I think everybody else in the room, a couple of people in the room said it was a hint. I think it was Montana, right? Hang on. Let me open it up again. Go ahead. Keep going.
Lamron. I thought I was going to sing the $10 song.
Oh, do you want to do that?
Well, I should.
You can't see it. You're going to be out of... you can hear it, though, right?
Pretend.
All right. Super chat. Here we go.
We're chatting about Fenn. Thank you for the super chat. Let's do it all again. Thank you for the super chat. And now it's all great.
That's not bad.
I don't know if they can hear me over that loud music.
Debbie Teal says, Toby, show the movie Spy Game. You know what, Debbie?
Spy Games?
Spy Games with Brad Pitt and Robert Redford. That is one of my all-time favorite movies. Spy Games,
Sneakers.
A good one with Robert Redford and Brad Pitt, both related to the chase. How? Well, I know Robert Redford is. I don't know how Brad Pitt is. How is Brad Pitt related to the chase? Oh,
no idea.
A River Runs Through It.
Oh, what's he in that? I should watch that. We should watch A River Runs Through It. We're talking about it all the time. Long-awaited Tipperaries here.
Okay, we'll do that next week.
Closed captioning is coming up with hilarious words for the poem lyrics.
Oh, it is? So let's see what we had here when it came
Dave
to... Oh,
Hedlund. Hey, Dave.
Here we go.
William Sparks.
All right, so I'm going to go back to LR's image right now because he asked...
Brian Gates.
Screenshot says... So I think it says Montana... and then something country. So I can't see what's behind it. I can't see what's behind the Montana. What is it, LR?
Andre. Holly Cairn. CT 2020.
Oh, Holly, I did get your message last night, but I got it later in the evening. I didn't see it till around 11. I didn't get to check my email till around 11. So I could have told you that K-Pro, Christy, and Mike are on Thursday night. She was looking for... live stream because she's just been furloughed. So
DEA3, Tony Russi, Uther Pendergrass.
Oh, that's from Uther. That's from the King Arthur story.
It wasn't Pendergrass, wasn't their name?
It was Pender. It was Pender something. Pendragon.
Pendragon.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Roger Garcia, hello.
LR wants to see Lost of the
Copper Dam. Tony Henman. Woohoo. Hey, Tony, wear the necklace.
Which one is that?
Blue.
Blue. It's pretty.
Like me. Lorraine S.
Lorraine, thank you for those 2 gifts by Amazon. Thank you. That was very kind and thoughtful. And I will buy the MTP some chocolate.
You already did.
I know I did, but I'm going to buy you some more.
Oh. I'll probably run out, so yeah.
Yeah.
I like the sugar-free chocolate.
Oh, is that what LR says?
Sugar-free dark chocolate.
LR says Montana, big sky country. Agreed. Yeah, see, Gallatin, that's kind of what I thought it was because there's a silhouette of a bear at the end of Montana. So big sky country, which is what it's called, right?
Mm-hmm.
The treasure
Shadow
state.
Walker. Shadow Walker. Spy game. Jungle Cruiser. Lucky you. Luther Pendergrass.
So Charles Chapman says Pendergrast, political machine in Kansas City that got Truman in politics. Then he became president. Isn't that amazing? He was just a haberdasher.
Mr. T says, I work in the medical field. Thank you all who have been sewing the cloth masks. We appreciate it.
Oh, Mr. T, thank you for the work that you're doing, and thank all your associates and friends and people who are collaborating. Thank you for the work that you're putting into kind of saving us right now. We know you're literally on the front lines of a war zone, and we very much appreciate what you've done. We recognize it and we appreciate it. And someday we'll figure out how to return the favor because you're way out in front of us right now. Heavy Load says, what do you think of this statement by Forrest Fenn? Quote, if you are sure about the location of the home of Brown, why aren't you concerned about where warm waters halt? He has the basis for that statement is he has always said, and he chastised me at one time for thinking it was different. He's always said you've got to start with the first clue and navigate through the other 8, and that you're not going to get to the home of Brown. I once did a video that basically said, I know where my warm waters halt, I know where my canyon down is, and screw the rest of it, I'm just going to go look for the treasure. And that upset him very much. He doesn't like you messing with his poem. You go to home of Brown, you're messing with it's the equivalent of messing with his poem. I wouldn't. If I had found the home of Brown after locating, I'm comfortable with my where warm waters halt and my canyon down. I don't know where home of Brown is, so I don't know. I couldn't go to it anyway. And I don't think anybody can. That's what I think. Go ahead.
West Guide TAS, Larry Smith.
Evelyn Curie says she's feeling spicy tonight. Ooh.
Hush Whisper. Michael Wimmer. Czar. All righty. I think that's it.
Maybe what we should do, maybe what we'll do after tomorrow, since we already committed to 1917, is we'll start playing movies that are semi-related to the chase, like A River Runs Through It. So I'll do A River Runs Through It next week. How's that? I will do that. I like that movie too. That's one of my favorites. Heavy Load says no, because he answered on Mysterious Writings that if you had the home of Brown, then you don't need to reverse engineer to warm waters halt. Yes, he did say that with the confidence that nobody's going to find the home of Brown without having first gotten to where warm waters halt. You're going to get everything Fenn says has an underlying meaning. He's never as he speak with forked tongue.
Kathy Ramsey says, went and did the survey. I hope it helps.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. It does help. We had a little over 350 last year. We're hoping to get more this year.
Otis Bago. All right.
Are you still reading?
Curie, Cheap Girl Jody. Did you guys see the new scrapbook? Forces June is a good time.
Oh, my God. Oh, is that number 250, or did he do another one tonight?
Must be a new one.
It is Friday.
Hal Gibson.
Now I got to open it up and go look again. Hang on. Is there a new scrapbook? Because it's Friday and the Gypsies are on. So and it's not Forrest that releases them. It's Dale that releases them. So let's go to Dale.
Mr. USA China 1. AGK Where Warm Waters Halt metaphorical? Yeah. It's still a place, but you got to figure out the metaphor, what it means.
Right. They're all
to be able to find the
metaphors for
place.
something, aren't they? Let's see.
You got to have the right
Speed
answer
bumps,
first.
passages.
Otherwise, stay home and play canasta.
Canasters. Scrapbooks.
That's what we could do on Zoom.
Oh,
Play canasta.
easy there. No, the last one is 250. So yeah, we checked that out last week. K-Pro got the word last week, and we checked it out then.
Check what out.
The Jeep girl Jody said the new scrapbook. It's actually the scrapbook from last week.
I'm good. I'm done.
Oh, good. All right, let's do some text messages because I do have some. Let's see. So I do have a text time. AGK got the scoop. All right, text time. Jim Legend. So Jim was our member vault members, and the first meeting of every month, we give away a gifts. You remember when I was at the World Series of Fenn, I bought a package of stuff from Christy and Mike, and we're giving it away. The first of every month, we give one of them away, one of the items away to our members in the member vault. And it was Vicky that won the Chaseopoly last night. Alicia selected the Thrill of the Chase. She was really cute about it. Alicia was the one that had been suffering from coronavirus. So she was happy to do that. And then I gave away one of the copies of the Saint Corona 4x6 dye sublimation print last night as well. What's that about?
That's my St. Corona over there. See it?
Oh, you put it up. Nice. So the MTP has her Saint Corona. And we'll be giving, I ordered some more. So we're going to keep giving those away for a little while on Wednesdays. Okay, so join us on Wednesday. As a matter of fact, if you want to qualify for next Wednesday's giveaway, go to last Wednesday's video and make a comment. Let's see. Where did you go? I was waiting for you in the Zoom. Oh, that was Steve. There's Alicia's address. She did what we asked her to do. Wait a minute. Oh, Alicia, I need your zip code. I don't know where. Oh, Terre Haute in Indiana?
I bet if you type it in, the computer will figure it out.
Well, yeah, but is it more than one zip code? Alicia, send me your zip
if
code.
You put in the address, is it a street address or a P.O. box?
It is a street address. Yeah, you're right. If I type that in,
computer will figure it out.
Okay. So, hi, Toby. This is Shadow Walker. I have narrowed my search area down to a mile, no more than 2. I have been searching for, I believe, going on 4 years now. I went to my area last year in May, but the snow hindered me to getting to my spot. Not surprised. My theory has pretty good promise. I will be going back this July if the virus stuff is over by then, AW. There is a very good chance, and I'll take a look at the data again, but I was looking at the data for the 4 treasure states today, and I think the range is from late April in New Mexico to early July, and I think it was in Montana, but that was because they got a late start. They're not going to peak. They don't have more cases. They're not going to have more deaths, but they got started really late. So Montana is going to early July. New Mexico is late April, and then Colorado and Wyoming are in between there someplace. If you want to know which is which, let me know in the chat room, and I'll go take a quick look. Let's see.
Our projections.
Still COVID-free, stir crazy. Jim in Ohio are from our member vault. Still COVID-free, stir crazy. Jim in Ohio. All right, text messages. That's all the text messages that we have. Let me check and see if we got any voice.
I had a woman in my live stream this morning.
Oh,
and she was. Her kids were forcing her to stay home.
Wow.
They were forbidding her from going out. And I'm like, they love you.
Bless their hearts. So explain to everybody why you're here on the first Friday. Because you're
my ladies group had to meet online in Zoom, and we did it early. We met at 4:30 this afternoon and finished by 6. So we got to do our ladies' night, from home. So I didn't have to worry about not being here for this show.
Jungle Cruiser. Oops, hang on. Got ice. Hold on. Can't talk with ice in my mouth. Jungle Cruiser. There may be individual bankruptcies, true, but the country has very strong borrowing power. The country's not going to go bankrupt. We just have to be conscious of whatever we can contribute, right? I have great confidence in the United States of America, although I don't, well.
And that's all we're going to say about that.
That's all we're going to say about that. You're right. Oh, it's from Joey.
Hey there, this is Joey Piro. It's 10:21 East Coast time. Just trying to get through. See if you guys are taking calls. Take care.
Oh, that was from Wednesday. Sorry.
Oh,
Let's see what I got.
probably erase that now.
Yeah, I can.
Hi. I've got a few comments to make about the treasure hunt, and it seems like sometimes when I watch the videos of the Gypsy Kiss that they run out of callers, and I was going to change the subject a little bit from the clues to Forrest Fenn himself and his reasons for hiding the chest. My number is 407-357.
Oh, my God.
My name is Sonny J. from White Bear Lake, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Thank you.
He's from Minnesota. All right. You know what, Sonny J., we're going to call you in just a little bit because you want to talk about something
K-Pro
else.
wants a St. Corona print.
She does?
That's what she said.
She's not even a Catholic, is she? Is she a Catholic? Is K-Pro Catholic?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not, that's the last religion I was.
All right. So just between us chickens, I packaged one for K-Pro and one for Sarah already. They'll go out this weekend, or they'll go out on
Well,
Monday.
there you are.
So there. And Alicia, bizarro vision tonight. Alicia just gave me her
Zip code.
zip code 47803.
Because I can wants to know where the survey can be found.
I
And we got
just-
$10 from somebody.
Okay, here. Oh, it's Sherry from Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Here, so you ready? Get ready. Here it comes.
okay. We're chatting about Fenn. Thank you for the super chat. Let's do it all again. Thank you for the super chat. And now our song must be. Hey,
Very good.
I
Thank
don't
you,
know if you can
Sherry,
hear me.
for that. That was very thoughtful of you. Thank you for
these strange noises
my
of
relatives are
music.
Catholic. Yeah. Let's see. I was going to do something instructive, and I forgot what it was.
You were
now.
going to give the link to the survey.
Oh, okay. Let me post
Or
that
because
real
I
quick.
can,
Because he can.
or she can.
Where
Who
did
knows?
Give me a sec here. Because I can. I got to go back and find
Thanks
it.
for being
YouTube.
on. That's all. You're welcome.
We
Oops.
like being on, guys. We just love being on. But being on is our most favorite thing in the world. What?
If you read the book really, really slow, will this help? I mean, like really slow.
Yeah, I don't think you have to read it really slow. We were talking about it in the member vault last night, and the conclusion we came to is that although we've read it once already, we're going to go back to it. We're not going to read it slow. We're just going to go back and look for certain things, the things that we think are going to that are the aberrations, right? Control copy. Okay, whoever asked for the survey address, I'm posting it into the chat room right now. It's also, by the way, in the description box below. And here's the movie night place. Oh, wait a minute. That's survey. Oh, rats. You know what I did? I accidentally overwrote the movie night. Hang on. I got to go get that. Give me 1 second. Entertain the folks.
Oh, so Colorado says, wait, no, it was William. William said, where is the links for the surveys you did in the past?
They're in the past.
I can't see them anymore.
No, you can't see them anymore. We reported
They're gone?
them. We reported them. We delivered them. They're gone, right? Okay.
Didn't we do a video on it, though?
Yeah, we did. All you have to do is go back to that video from about the end of April last year, and you'll see all the data there. Hang on.
And the year before? Or did we even do it the year before?
Yeah, we did it 2 years. We did this is for
2018 and 2019.
No, we did 2017, 2018, and 2019.
No, we didn't do it in 2017. We'd only been on the air for like a month.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Third annual.
2018, 2019, and now 2020.
I'm trying to write something down. Give me a second here.
Oh, okay.
Sarah. All right.
Bizarro Vision, $2.
That's
47803.
I got it, Alicia. I got it. Thank you. That's very kind. Alicia. She was so cute last night. She won the thing, and she goes, "I never win shit."
Yep.
Let's see. Toby is in a loving mood tonight. I'm always in a loving mood with him, because you've got that loving feeling. Whoa, that loving feeling. You've got that loving feeling. Now it's gone. Remember that? Name that. Name that.
Whoa. Name that what?
Does AGK have an address? Yes, we do, Mr. T. You'll find it in the description box below. You'll find everything that you need to know about us.
Everything you could ever want to know.
Everything that you could ever want to know is in the description box below.
Each video.
No. That was that.
Each and every video.
I wasn't cursing. I was just repeating what cute Alicia said, because it was really funny to hear her, because it just surprised us all. Where was I?
Giving out links.
I did already. Oh no, I lost the movie link. Hang on a second. So that would be jotform.com/.
.com. So, this is the camel, Jamal, this is the rooster, Rudy. Jamal and Rudy have been stuck at home. Jamal and Rudy sometimes don't get along because, well, Jamal kind of steps on Rudy sometimes. Rudy tries to ride Jamal, and sometimes they don't like that too much. They're like, "Get away from me, social distancing."
Social distancing.
So,
okay, and there's the link for movie night. So you have both of them. And both of those links, the survey and movie night, are in the description box below. Oh, we have another. Oh, what do you know?
what do you know?
Yeah, hang on.
You know who this is? I keep hearing people talking about the home of Brown. And that's the very first thing I found in my solve. And then I figured out the rest of the clues. Gracias.
That was the sedated version of Rio Grande Joe. Got another text message here. Let's see. Ken in Oklahoma said, "I had thought regarding Forrest Fenn saying there are thousands of where warm waters halt and most of them north of Santa Fe. Could he be hinting that a hint in The Thrill of the Chase will narrow down what warm spring he may mean?" There is no evidence that when he said that, he was referring to a warm spring. He did not say it was a warm spring. Silly story. Everybody's cracking up because of your story time with puppets.
Well,
it's better than having to listen to Toby search for links.
I was trying to entertain the people, like you said.
No, that's really good. That was the kind of entertainment that they always look forward to from you. Okay.
Puppet shows.
Are we ready for phone calls? You want to open up the phone lines? We're a little bit early, but what the heck? Ta-ta.
All right. Because I can submitted their surveys.
Oh, thank you, because I can. I've always wondered if his name is a reference to that time that somebody asked me. I don't remember who it was. They asked me why I blocked someone, and my response was because I can. And I had to explain what I meant by it, but I've always wondered if his name is a throwback to that. Okay, let's go to phone lines are open, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to call rats. Hang on. I'm going to call our friend in Minnesota. Do not disturb is off. Okay, so let's call our friend in Minnesota. Oh, there's Rio Grande. Okay. Hey, Rio Grande. So what's the word on Homa Brown? What was that about?
I was just listening to people trying to figure out where it was, and that's the first thing I found in my solve.
What do you mean listening to? You mean you're reading the chat room? Is that right?
Yeah, I was reading the chat room.
Okay.
And that's right below the warm water salt, the Homa Brown. And the warm water salt, everybody's looking for it, but it's a metaphor, so they shouldn't be looking for real warm waters. It's something else, but it's on the map. When you start at where warm waters halt, and you drive down the road because it's too far to walk.
Yeah.
When you put in below the Homa Brown, that means you've done past the Homa Brown, and it's on the left side.
The Homa Brown is on the left side.
Yeah, going down the road.
And what is your opinion of what the landmark that the metaphor of the Homa Brown represents?
It's not a real Homa Brown. It's a place on the map.
Agreed.
That's the first thing I stumbled onto, and I found it.
Right. So I agree. I'm not going to disagree with you. I agree with you that the Homa Brown is a physical location that's represented by the metaphor put in below the Homa Brown. So what I was asking is, what is it?
Well, after I go down there in the next week or two, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it is. But everything's on a map, and people think that the Homa Brown and the Blaze is like 400 or 500 foot away. It's not. It's like a couple of miles because you're driving down the road.
So we had this conversation before. How far is it from where warm waters halt to the Blaze? Straight line distance, as the crow flies, in your opinion.
8.25 miles.
What is it? 8.25?
Yeah.
Really? That far?
Yeah, that's why he said 8.25 miles north of Santa Fe.
All right, so let's ask this let me ask it in a different way.
He didn't mean to start it right off of 8.25 miles from Santa Fe.
Right.
It's 8.25 north.
So how far from where warm waters halt are you going to drive?
About almost 8 miles, and then the rest of it you got to walk it.
So, in your opinion, the drive down the canyon, the one that's too far to walk, is 8 miles. You park, if you will, below the Homa Brown, and then the treasure, is approximately 1/4 mile from the Homa Brown. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. Because there's a parking, he says, put in below. That's where you park your car.
Yeah.
And then you got 1/4 mile to walk to it.
And he had to do that 4 times, so he walked a total distance of 1 mile. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know if he probably walked it twice.
So you don't believe that he went, dropped off the chest, came back to his car, picked up the treasure, took the treasure back, and then came back to his car. That's 4 times.
Well, he probably put about, let's say, the chest and 20 pounds or 15 pounds and walk with it, and then come back and got the rest.
That's not the story he tells.
Well, I don't know if he walked 4 times or not, but you could almost drive up to this thing.
That's
in your
not the
car.
story. That's not the story he tells. He says he made 2 trips. Those aren't my words. Those are his.
Yeah, 2 trips, one with the chest and one with the money.
Right. So that's 4 quarter-mile walks.
Well, I figure he put some of it in the chest and split it up.
But okay, so
'Cause
it
it's
doesn't
40
make any
pounds.
difference what he split up. He still made 2 trips. I'm just
Right,
getting.
20
Are you agreeing that he
pounds.
made 2 trips, regardless of what he
Yeah.
was carrying?
Yeah, he
He's-
made 2 trips,
All
20
right.
pounds the
Okay.
first time and 20 the second time, and then came back to the car.
Agreed. Okay, just wanted to be clear with that. So,
And then once you're parked below the home of Brown, all the rest of the clues are right there close.
okay,
The
So-
drive is just going by the home of Brown.
right. So, let's talk about where warm waters halt.
Okay. I found it second after I found the home of Brown. I stumbled onto the home of Brown when I started the search.
Place on a map. Is where warm waters halt a location on a map?
Yes.
Does the location for where warm waters halt have anything to do with warm and or waters?
Nope. It's a metaphor.
So there is no water and there is no warm. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
No water.
Well,
Really?
There's water near by there, but it's not like you think. It's not a geyser or nothing.
Right. No, not in New Mexico. It certainly isn't.
No. See, when he says started at Warm Waters Halt, right as soon as you start the Warm Waters Halt, you drive a few miles and the home of Brown's right there on the left. You keep going and you find the parking place and you pull in there and park. And then you can see the rest of the clues from there.
So how far past the home of Brown are you driving?
When you pass the home of Brown to the park, it's a couple of miles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
So
then from there you can.
so
can
you're
even see
parking you're parking at No Place for the Meek?
That's it. Everything's right there. No place for the meek. The end is ever drawing nigh.
Okay, so now you're confusing me because just a few minutes ago I asked you how far is it from the home of Brown to the treasure, and you said a quarter mile. Now you're telling me that
No,
you're-
where you park. From where you park.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I did
quarter
say
mile.
that. I said where you park.
Not-
I assumed
not-
you were parking at the home of Brown. You're not. You're
No, no.
parking at.
You're below. You
You're
got to go by it.
Okay, you continue
You
on by
leave it. You leave it behind.
Yeah,
And that's why he says it's too far to walk. Well, it is from the Warm Waters Halt.
yeah.
It's too far. And then you park. And from there, you can even see the blaze. It's that big, but you don't know what you're looking at until you're there.
Well, so why do I need all those other clues if I can see the blaze from the No Place for the Meek?
Because when you see it, if you don't know what it is, you can't figure it out until you study a little bit.
And what does the
Yeah.
blaze look like to you?
Well, the color of it's white.
White what?
And it's
Oh, the white could be a cloud
white. Well, it's not up in the sky. It's on the ground.
on the ground.
It doesn't face north, south, west,
East or west? No, of course
It
not.
faces up, straight up.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
So how long, if I didn't ask you what the blaze was,
Right.
how long will the blaze last, in your opinion?
At least 100 years if they don't mess with it, because it can be changed.
It can
But
be
it's not-
changed
yeah.
or moved.
Yeah, you can move it, but it's not good to move it because of the place where it's at. It needs to be there.
Well, that's interesting. Why does it need to be there? I mean, it's out in the boonies. What needs to be in the boonies? A dam?
No, it's not in a dam.
So why does it need to be there?
Well, because it's been there, it's been there a few years, so, and it's man-made.
I was going to ask you, so your blaze is a man-made object, and it
Yes.
would be discourteous, the implication then, it would be discourteous to move it.
Yeah, you can move it, but let's say the parking lot at Walmart. You don't want to take an excavator and just tear it up and move it.
Right.
It's not wise to move it. So
Yeah, because then people couldn't
It's-
go into
right.
Walmart. The whole toilet paper would
right.
part of the economy would come back. So,
Right. And everything's there. The end is ever drawing nigh.
Uh-huh.
His rainbow's there. You just got to know the color of his rainbow. And
All right.
He kind of talks about it in
All
the
right.
tea that he's drinking and all that.
Okay. Well, we're getting closer. Each time you call, we get just a little bit closer to understanding what you're doing with this. So maybe
Well,
before you
I'm
go,
throwing in a few hints, so
yeah.
I'm getting ready here in the next week or so.
No, I recognize that you're actually giving us the benefit of your research.
Okay. Yeah, because it's not in a national park or nothing. It's anybody can go in there and get it.
Yeah.
That's why he put it in there, because he made it easy for us and himself too. Because he can't crawl up no mountain or down a steep hill.
No, because
It had to be flat, because he was 87. I mean, whatever 89 or.
Yeah.
So he made it easy for himself and for us too. We're just making it hard.
You think so? After 10 years, we're just making it harder?
Yeah, because the Homo Brown has never been found by anybody. I listen to all the searchers and everything, and they're just going around it. Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's my solve. I'm not saying that the chest is there, but if all the clues are there, all 9 of them, it's got to be there.
Yeah.
It can't be anywhere else.
Can't be anyplace else.
And he included his friend Sloan in the blaze.
In the solution. So, do you feel like? Have you communicated any of this to Forrest?
Nobody. You're the only one I talked to.
Well, no, you're not just talking to me. You're talking to a couple hundred
whoever.
other people in the room, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to. If they could put all the stuff that I'm telling them on a map, they could.
They could find it.
But what I found was I stumbled onto it. I was watching a show and it clicked in my head, the Homer Brown, and I went and looked on the map to where it was. And the rest of the clues just started popping, and I kept searching, and I figured it out in a couple of weeks.
Wow.
So.
Well, I thought I figured it out in a couple of weeks too, but I was wrong. Hey, so let me ask
everything's
you.
on the map. So
let me ask you a really important question.
What's
Once
that?
you recover the treasure, who's the first person you're going to contact?
Well, you're gonna monetize it.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to be the first person. So you want to call an attorney. You want to call your attorney.
Oh yeah, I've got that set up.
And then you want to let Mr. Fenn know that you found it, and then I'll help you monetize it.
Yeah. I'll sit on it for a little while, and then I'll call you and give you the clues to where it was and see if y'all can figure it out.
Yeah, that's not going to help me then. You've already got the treasure. I don't care after that. I'm going to go on to something else once you found it. I've got a YouTube channel here that I got to do something with.
Yeah. We're going to go find Ben Sublet's treasure, South New Mexico.
All right. Well, that one needs to be found too.
Yeah, I'm working on it too.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I lived in Carlsbad for 10 years.
We're going to have to talk about that one time. Not on AGK, but some other time.
Right. Yeah, and I've got a lot of good stuff on it.
Yeah.
Because I'm from that area. I lived in Younis, New Mexico. Not Tony Younis, but it's
they spell
different.
it differently. Yeah, they spell it Eunice. I had a cousin whose father was Martinez. Her mother was Younis, but her name was Eunice, but she spelled it Eunice.
Right, and
So
that's the way it's spelled.
Yeah.
I worked in the oil fields there for 33 years, so I've been on the Ben Sublet treasure for probably 15 years.
Did I ever tell you my oil field story?
No.
Big Jim Diamond. I never told you that story? Okay. I'll tell you. One of these days when we're not on the air, I'll tell you the story about Big Jim. I worked for him in the summers. So,
That's cool.
West Texas, West Texas
great.
oil fields.
Yeah, and that's what got my ticker. Like me and you are ticker brothers.
No, that's what I was going to say. My implant brother. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to you to finding this. Maybe we can get
Yeah.
upgraded implants when you do.
Yeah, get me a new. I don't know what kind you got, but I got a Boston
I got a Medtronic.
Medtronic.
Yeah.
Those are good too.
Yeah, no, they're
As long
good.
as
They've kept me alive. They better
well, they
be
had
good.
remember they had a recall on them like in 2010,
Yeah, I didn't get mine until 2012 after the recall.
and that's when I got my second one, 12.
Oh, okay. So you did get one of the new ones.
So I was scattering around seeing if mine was the faulty one,
Yeah.
and it wasn't. So knock on
Good.
wood.
You're still here.
That's right.
But you've
So
experienced the mule kick shock. I haven't. See.
oh man, 7 times.
Yeah. 7 times. Oh my God. I don't even know what I'd do with that.
Every 10 seconds it hit me. Bam, bam, bam. I was
wow.
walking to my truck trying to get to the hospital.
Yeah, that's probably a good time to get to the hospital. Yeah. All right.
And
I'm going to hang up on you.
All right. Good deal.
I'll talk to you
y'all.
later. Thanks
All
for
right.
calling in.
All right. We'll try to throw a few more bricks in there so people can try to find this thing.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
All right. Thank you.
Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So I did have another email that I wanted to share with you guys. Hang on. Let me turn this off real quick so I can... Okay, I'm going to turn off the phones for just a sec because this was for Shelley. So you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is an email from DEA3, who I think is in the room tonight. It's called Butt Drums Are ... ellipses. And it says, hi, Shelley, MTP, and Toby, administrative assistant to the MTP, sharing the story of the butt drums. The drums are cowbells. I ran across an article about them a couple of months ago and thought of AGK. What was interesting to me is that he wasn't thinking of AGK when he went looking for butt drums. So this must have been another research project. Took me a while to refine the information. They are Hualdunac dancers, if that's Spanish. Hualdunac dancers who perform a ritual dance to ward off evil spirits and awaken the coming spring during carnival celebrations in Ituren, North Spain. More information, there's a Wikipedia page on probably the dancers, not the butt drums. There's the dancers and the butt drums. Huh? Now I know where to get them. I'll bet you could buy these babies on eBay. Oh, man, I love the hat. I am not only going to get the butt drums, I'm definitely going to get the hat to go with it. Zanpansar Schwaldun.
You're just saying weird sounds now.
They're Spanish weird sounds. Don't make fun. Let's see. Let's see where this one goes. Oh, muertos. Butt drums. There they are right there. How could you not own butt drums if you could buy them? They're associated with a religious festival to boot. Huh? I don't know who that guy is, but he's naked and there's somebody on a donkey.
Wait, what?
Well, he's almost naked. Tell me when. You're about 17 seconds behind. The guy with the chainsaw, for God's sakes. Okay? Did you see it?
I'm seeing some things. I didn't see anybody naked.
Hang on, it'll keep going. Muertos. So it looks like an interesting festival. I wouldn't mind going. Spanish festivals are great. Especially if they're in northern Spain, because those are the mountainous areas and they have all kinds of...
So they're cowbells.
Yeah, well, that's what he says. The drums are
I got a cowbell right here.
cowbells. I ran across...
Don't wear it on my butt, though.
Thank God. DEA3, thanks for sending us that information. I will follow up with that research, and I will hopefully find a way to invest in a set of butt drums or cowbell drums, whatever they call them. They said, it would be so nice to find the treasure with so little effort. I enjoy your channel. Stay healthy and safe. Best regards, DEA3. So my last project was for the DEA. My last project in government. Yeah, it does, Captain Marvel. But you know what? Those are the best kinds of festivals when they do that creepy thing. It's like in New Mexico, we celebrate Dia de los Muertos, where everybody dresses up in muerto face, and And if you don't know, and everybody's celebrating, Dia de los Muertos is a celebration. But if you don't know what's going on, and all you saw was pictures of it, it is kind of creepy.
Just watch Coco.
No, all you have to do, I have a video on it.
Just watch Coco.
Let me see, where's that video? I do have a video. Where is it? It's an old video tarot someplace. Let me see if I can find that. I can actually...
Let's not do that right now.
Why?
Because it's not related to anything that we're talking.
All right, good point. Okay, phone lines are back to being open. Hang on, I did get a couple of voicemails, so let me check out the voicemail, see what we got. It's our friend in Minneapolis, makes a second call, so let's see what he's got to say.
Hello, this is Sonny J from White Bear Lake, Minnesota. I just wanted to try to get a hold of Tony and Toby and Shelley. So I'm calling back. I'll hang up and wait for them to call me. 651.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you reached Toby and Shelley on a Gypsy's Kiss. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your observation on the Forest Fenn treasure hunt?
Well, hello, Toby and Shelley.
Hi there.
This is Bird's Eye View.
Hey, Bird's Eye View. How are you doing tonight?
This is Brian Gates.
You didn't like going by Bird's Eye View?
No, I don't. I prefer my own name.
All right. Yeah, that's how I am. I prefer being called Tony. I mean, Toby. That's what... So, what are you calling about? What are your ideas or thoughts?
Well, I've got a couple of things.
Okay.
A couple of things I just recently ran into. You know, with all this extra time, we're all looking over the book and
research time is all we got, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So, a couple of things I just recently ran into I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know if they help anyway, getting you closer to the chest, which they probably don't. But one thing I noticed was I was going back over the book, and the part where it talks about Eric Sloane.
Yeah.
Says some people can live with old age. My dear friend Eric Sloane was a painter and a writer of large note. So I thought it was kind of weird how he worded that. Writer of large note. So I Googled.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I Googled writer of large note. Guess what comes up?
I'll never guess. You're going to have to tell me.
By Mark Twain.
It's what?
A book by Mark Twain. The £1 Million Book Note.
And how does that relate to writer of large note?
Well, it's a story that Mark Twain did, and it's about a gentleman named Henry Adams who basically he's picked up by a London bound bridge from San Francisco, and he arrives in London penniless and without food and shelter. So there's two brothers. They're very rich brothers, Brother A and Brother B.
Uh-huh.
And he gives the gentleman, because he's poor, he gives him a £1 million banknote. And he has to hold on to this banknote for 30 days. Like Fenn has said, take the treasure, put it beneath your bed, and think about it for 30 days.
For 30 days. Now I lost track of your story. So the story is about a gentleman who was in San Francisco, travels to London, but arrives there broke and destitute. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then two brothers, A and B, present him with a £1 million note and tell him to hold it for 30 days. Is that correct?
Yes.
And knowing, so I'm interested, 30 days is enough time for your world to fall apart. So tell me what happens in the story.
So the one brother, he thinks that he'll end up in jail and starving.
Mm-hmm.
The other brother believes he's going to use his smarts and his resources to advantage himself and survive for 30 days. because at the end of the 30 days, the one brother, they're going to give him a job of his choice, whatever they can help him with. Now, not to say this has anything to do with so much of the Forrest Fenn treasure, I just thought it was odd. It was 30 days.
Which is what Forrest has told us to hold for the length of time. Forrest has told us to hold on to the treasure before we do anything.
Exactly.
And we do know that he may have been a fan of Edgar Allan Poe because there are some similarities between Fenn's treasure poem and some of the writings in the book Poe Goldbug.
Yes.
So I wonder if he read that as well. What do you think?
I don't know. When I went back to Terry Scant and Googled Mark Twain,
Yeah.
there's only 2 instances that Mark Twain was ever used that I'm aware of. One of them was in Scrapbook 82, and the other one, Forrest actually used a quote from Mark Twain.
Well,
And that quote is, "It ain't what you don't know that gets you in trouble. It's what you know for sure that just ain't so."
it's what you know for sure that what?
It ain't what you don't know that gets you into trouble. It's what you know for sure, and that's just, for sure, that just ain't so. I thought it was interesting he picked that quote from Mark Twain.
Well, it's very.
Not sure how you read into that. But
Yeah. I think Fenn has always adopted pithy, homely, not homely, but down home kind of sayings. I think he's a big fan of those. And Mark Twain put out, thousands of those. So I could see where he picked up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting because when I went back and, looking at the book, and I've got a lot of similarities with The Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah.
The book Catcher in the Rye. I recently listened to the audio book Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, what did you think of that?
A lot of similarities.
What?
I found a lot of similarities.
And no, what did you think of what I was asking? I agree with you. There are a lot of similarities. But what was different about listening to it? What did you think about listening to it?
I don't know. I don't know if I don't remember reading the book when I was in school.
Oh,
now,
I see.
Maybe I
Okay.
did, and I just blanked that all out.
Yeah. No,
but and the library's closed here. I'm out of Columbia, Missouri. And
Right.
Our library's closed now because of the COVID-19.
Right.
And I was like, gosh, I did not get to the library in time because I wanted to get the Outlaw Trail. I wanted to get Catcher in the Rye. My plan was to read them. So now I'm stuck using the audio version, which is
Right.
fine. And I found it, I enjoyed it. I, kind of enjoyed the story maybe being told to me versus trying to read it.
Right. Here's what I think. I think that if you took Catcher in the Rye and you read it with a Central Texas accent like Fenn has, that it would almost sound as if Fenn had written it. That's what I think.
Yes.
Because that's the connection.
Well, and in the beginning of the book, it's just like The Catcher in the Rye. That's what I've noticed.
Yeah, agreed.
The beginning of the book.
Yeah.
It's, when I went back and was rereading the beginning of the book, and then I started listening to Catcher in the Rye, I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds just like Finn in the beginning of the book. And that's when. I went back and reread it.
One of the folks in our room
And
says, tell him to use Amazon Kindle or ebooks from his library. They might find those books, probably. I know I was going to suggest to you, our library, although all the libraries are physically closed, you can still download not ebooks, but audiobooks from them. You can still online. You can download it. You can. What do they call it when you check out a book? You can check out an ebook.
Mm-hmm. I just thought it was really strange. I had to share it. Not that it's going to help anybody with anything, I don't believe.
Yeah.
But there's been all this talk about what everybody's going to do with the chest or what could be in the chest.
Right.
Well, we know that there's one thing that Forrest is not going to tell us that's in the chest. But yet there's two surprises. I mean, that's a quote from Forrest.
So what do you think when he said that, what do you think he meant?
I don't know, especially when I ran into this, when I Googled writer of large note and a Mark Twain book came out.
Right, yeah.
About this £1 million banknote, and it was a bet between two brothers. Granted,
Right.
Forrest's brother Skippy is no longer here,
Right.
but I don't know. I did, and it was interesting that it was for 30 days. I was like, oh, wow, that's quite a correlation there. But
maybe
it's nothing.
Shelley sent me an interesting, and I think it was a video, but it told a story of a young man, kind of a millennial generation, 30s, who was down on his luck, and he was sitting there on a park bench, and an old man walks up to him, and he gives him a check for $100,000, and he tells him that he's... do you remember the story, Shell?
Yeah.
Who did he tell him he was?
Murdoch.
Rupert Murdoch. No?
No. The rich guy. What's the richest guy's name? Buffett. It's not Buffett.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett. Yeah.
Warren Buffett. So he tells him he's Warren Buffett, and he could tell that he's down on his luck. And he says to him, I'm going to give you this $100,000 check, and I want you to come back here in a month and tell me what you've accomplished with it. And the guy walks away, right? And the old man walks away. And the young man, looking at this check, thinks to himself, well, now I can get back on my feet. I can reinvest in my business or whatever he was trying to do. And he spends the next 30 days. Over the 30 days, he convinces himself that he doesn't need. He just goes back to work, right? And he spends the 30 days just working as hard as he can, building back his business, builds his business back up. He's starting to generate revenue, et cetera, et cetera. And what he needed was this motivation. And he goes back, he waits for the 30 days, and he goes back to the park bench, and he's going to return the $100,000 check to the gentleman. And he looks around, and he sees the gentleman walking in his direction, and he plans for him to wait to sit down on the bench next to him. And all of a sudden, this woman in a nurse's outfit comes up, and just before he sits down, she grabs him and turns him around, and the young man says, wait, I have a check for him. And she says, did he give it to you? Was it a check for $100,000, and he did give it to you? And he said, yes, it was, and I'd like to return it. It just inspired me to go back out and do these things. And she says, oh, Mr. Smith is just like that. He doesn't have $100,000 to give away. He just has this thing that he does. But it was enough. Did I tell that right, Shelley Carney? But it was enough of an inspiration for this young man to go out and rebuild his business on his own without the help for $100,000. And it sounds like this story that you're describing that was written. And is it book length or a short story? Because Edgar Allan Poe.
I haven't seen the book.
Oh, okay.
There's actually a movie out. It's got Gregory Peck in it. It's from 1954.
Really?
I actually started watching that this evening. Yes.
That's
and it's on YouTube. So I started watching it. The other thing I was going to get to was it reminded me of the scrapbook with Beowulf and the two alligators, Beowulf and Elvis.
Yeah. Why does it remind you of that?
Beowulf, after watching a little bit of the movie, the gentleman has nothing. But now that he's got this banknote, he's like a hero. He feels like a hero. But then he starts living, he gets a brand new suit by paying nothing for it. He gets a nice meal by paying nothing for it. He gets a room at a fancy hotel without paying for it, because they all think he's a millionaire just because of this banknote. So I got to thinking about the scrapbook about Beowulf and Elvis. Forrest always, he talked up Beowulf. Well, Elvis is the king. But Beowulf, if you know anything about Beowulf, he is the hero of the poem.
He's
So-
a Norwegian mythological figure.
Yes, but he is the hero in the poem.
That's right.
So it reminded me of this guy. He feels like a hero right now, but he's going to turn into a king eventually after this 30 days. So he's going to end up starts out like Beowulf and ends up like elf.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, that sounds like a rabbit hole, but I'm not going to convince you otherwise. So let me ask you, because I want to see how it turns out. So let me ask you a question. I've always wondered whether or not the poem represents the hero's journey. But if it's not Fenn's hero story, then whose hero's story is the poem? Fenn's poem.
Well, the finder of the chest will be the hero of the poem. Does that make sense?
I don't know. Sully Carney, do you agree with that?
What's that?
Who's the hero of the poem? Fenn's poem.
The finder of the treasure.
Yeah, see, Shelley Carney, a magical treasure princess, agrees with you.
Yeah, I think that's what I got out of that scrapbook. Not saying that all scrapbooks mean anything, but after I kind of looked into Beowulf, because I didn't grow up with that in school. Now, my son's, we were talking about it at the supper table one night.
And he knew who he
my
was.
son's girlfriend she's like, oh, yeah, we had to read that in school.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to have to check this out. And that's
Yeah.
when I started looking. I was like, well, that's why he talks up Beowulf.
Right.
Now, Beowulf got in trouble at the end of the scrapbook, of
Right.
course. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. I just thought it was odd when I was like, writer of a large note, why did he put it like that for?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but when I Googled it, I was just surprised when a Mark Twain book come up. That was the first thing that popped up. And I just wanted to share that. I don't
Well, no,
know if
I
it
mean,
means anything.
The interesting thing is you followed up on it. You now know more about Mark Twain than you probably imagined you would ever know. You know a little bit more about Beowulf, so that was all good.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to bring up, too, is, there was talk about 3 or 4 weeks ago about the whole elevation talk, what everybody's conclusion was on that.
Well, no. Let's be
back.
clear. That was my thing. That
That was your thing?
Yeah, I was the one that started the whole thing. I mean, may express the opinion. I don't know necessarily that anybody agrees with me, other than, the chest is above 5,000 feet and it's below 10,200 feet. I don't think anybody has made
and
kind of the
my
decisions that I have.
conclusion there is I've kind of come to the conclusion that it's kind of I came to about the 7,600 mark. Same conclusion, I think, is where you're at. Toby.
Yeah, exactly. I'm at 200. I'm 200 feet either side of 7,600.
Right. Well, something I ran into, I don't know how I got to it, but I ran into a post on Scrapbook 34, the Roswell printing
Yeah.
scrapbook,
Yeah.
and Dale had made a comment on there. It says, I have been told that the only contextual difference between the first edition and all other editions is that the first edition has Forrest's phone number in it. The rest do not. Now, this was in May of 2013.
Right.
And then he says, by the way, they are binding up the 5th printing right now.
Right.
7,700 copies. I was like, well, why would he throw that out there for? Is that a hint or a clue?
No, I think that's just Dale talking numbers. I think he's very proud of the fact that oops, that's not the right book. Because I think we're up to the one that I just bought, I think, is the 11th printing, and I think they're even further than that. Hold on. Published.
But I didn't know if he'd actually made comments about how many copies.
no, that's the
were
old one
actually out
first.
there.
He does every once in a while in interviews. Dale does. I haven't heard Fenn mention it for a while. But the last time it was what Christy should know. I think it was like 44. It's someplace between 44,000 and 50,000 copies. And the reason is that the right to republish is in the hands of Dorothy at Collected Works, and that's a real income generator for her. So,
I just thought it was odd because he said, "By the way." Usually, when somebody says "by the way" or something like that, that means something important is coming after that.
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it. Like I said, that was just something I ran into. But the more intriguing thing I found was the Mark Twain book.
Yeah, so Monty says the fifth printing was 3,500 copies. But there was one other difference between the first and later copies. Not only was his phone number not in there, but his email address changed from his earthlink.net to Gmail. So that was another thing that changed in it. All right. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. Thanks for the info.
Yes.
And I'm going to have to go find that Mark Twain book now.
Yes. And don't forget to watch An Unfinished Life if you have not watched that.
Oh, is that the one you keep telling me to watch? Okay. I promise that'll do it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll,
With
you know
Robert
what?
Redford.
Unfinished Life. Maybe we'll do a movie night on it.
Yes.
Unfinished
I
Life.
found that interesting.
All right. I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
You have a good evening.
Bye, Shelley and Toby.
Bye.
You all too. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
So what I want to do is, ta-ta.
These 10-minute calls seem really long.
Yeah, that one went a little bit over. Sorry, my fault. This guy's loud when he answers the phone.
Hello.
Hey, it's Toby and Shelley, Sonny. This is Sonny J.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do me a favor. You're gonna have to turn down the audio on your computer.
Okay, I just did that.
Okay. All right. So.
Okay.
Sonny J from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Say Minnesota for me. I like the way you say Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
Yeah, there you go. So.
You betcha.
You betcha. So what's up?
I'd like to bring up a subject that I haven't heard discussed on the Gypsy Kiss videos, etc.
What? Something that hasn't been discussed on our over 500 videos now? How can that be?
I haven't heard it. Maybe it's been discussed. I haven't heard it if it's been discussed. I'm new to the internet.
Yeah.
I've only had a laptop for 3 weeks, and I'm kind of computer illiterate, I guess you might say.
Well, you're going to become real literate here in the near future because you're going to need it. So tell me about what my next video is going to be, since it's not. I haven't made it already.
Well, like I say, I'm new to the internet, and I remember hearing something about Forrest Fenn treasure hunt. So with the coronavirus situation and everything, and everybody's tied up in their house, and I'm going a little stir crazy, I started investigating it, and I clicked on the Forrest Fenn treasure, and then I clicked on Fenn treasure Wikipedia, and I scrolled down to history, and in the third paragraph it said that in 2009, before the treasure hunt, FBI agents raided his home looking for illegally possessed items, and they confiscated some items. However, no charges have been filed. 2 people targeted in the case committed suicide. I saw a video associated with GypsyKiss.com in which Forrest Fenn quoted, "We are all charlatans to some degree." And I looked up charlatans in the dictionary. It says, one who is not what he claims to be. So I said to myself, this Forrest Fenn sounds a little guilty of something to me. Where there's smoke, there may be fire. Maybe the raid on his residence by the FBI shook him up to the point that in order to retain a stash in case of further raids, that's the main reason he had hid millions of dollars in the first place. If I were in his shoes, I would have done the same thing. Forrest Fenn may not be what he wants everyone to think he is. I'm aware he stated other reasons for hiding the chest.
Yeah.
With the situation where 5 people have died, or around 4 to 6 people have died looking for the chest, and the New Mexico police chief and others, rangers and stuff, have implored him to end the hunt because of the public safety issues.
Yeah.
I got a hunch that he, because of his age right now, he may already have put his estate and the value thereof in a trust, so it won't have to go through probate court. Now, he may already have appointed a family member power of attorney to handle his affairs after he's deceased. I don't have a horse in this race because I'm not going to be looking for the treasure, but I just started thinking about this, and I thought to myself, well, I got a hunch that he hid this treasure where he intends to himself, or after he's deceased, his family will retrieve the chest. If I were in his shoes, I probably would have done the same thing to keep it from being confiscated, for any of it from being confiscated for one reason or another. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's kind of why I was thinking. I don't know. Has this been discussed before, or maybe not?
Yeah. No. It's been discussed a lot. So, but
Oh, it has. Okay.
it's been discussed in the context of faith, right? Are you a person of faith? Do you believe in the
Probably about like Forrest Fenn.
Yeah. You're not
More faith in nature than in
right.
you know.
So you're not religious, but you are, quote, spiritual, unquote. Would you say that?
Yeah, right.
Right. So let me ask you a personal question. You don't have to answer it. Do you believe in the existence of a supreme being, one who organized the universe?
Yes.
Okay. So you have some faith, right?
Yes.
So here's the deal with the Forrest Fenn treasure. You start with the faith of that Forrest Fenn did what he said he did. You have to believe he hid a treasure, right?
I believe he hid a treasure, yes.
Okay,
Not
so
for
let's-
the reasons he stated, though.
Well, and I think we're going to have that conversation in just a minute. But you agree that in order for you to have any interest in this at all, you have to believe that he hid a treasure, that he hid that treasure, the one that he describes in his book, and that the clues in the book will tell you how to find that treasure. If you don't believe any of that, then don't waste your time. That's what I tell people, right? You've got to have faith that he hid a treasure, that it's the treasure that he describes, and then if you follow the clues in the poem precisely, you'll find that treasure.
Well, I don't believe the last part, that anybody in the public will find it.
Well,
I believe he hid the treasure.
Right. Do you believe he hid the treasure that he describes, the one that's on the back cover of the book? So there's all that gold and those coins and those jewels, right?
Yeah, right. I believe he hid that.
Okay, and then he wrote a poem in the book. Tell me what you believe.
Right. I'm familiar with that.
Tell me what you believe about the poem.
Well, I believe it's written in such a way that nobody is ever going to find it.
And that's because he didn't accurately describe where the treasure was, or because nobody can figure it out?
Because he didn't intend for it to be found by the public.
And how do you know that? What is it? What has drawn you to that conclusion?
Well, if I were him,
but you're
and
not.
I had,
no. Let's
well,
let's start with something
I'm trying
else.
to put myself in his shoes, you know, to think the way he's thinking. Because I have a family, I would want my family to retain my estate and split it up instead of having it go to just anybody. And because of the fact that so many people have, died, and these other people, like the New Mexico sheriff is.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Hunt,
so let's talk about one thing at a time. All right. So you think it would be a good idea for him to have left his estate to his family, his two daughters, his grandchildren, etc., etc. What if I told you? What if I told you that there is enough money in his estate that the value of the objects in the treasure chest would make very little difference in terms of what his family is going to inherit?
I still think he would intend it for his family.
Even though he has said just the opposite. Even though he said It's meant for the person that finds the treasure.
The reason I think that is because of what he said when he quoted, we are all charlatans to some degree.
Well, I have one even better for you. He has another statement, and he says it's the first of his 109 rules. Did you know that Forrest Fenn has 109 different rules by which he lives his life and operates his businesses?
Oh, no, I haven't. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, but here, I'll tell you what the first one is. It doesn't matter who you are. It only matters who they think you are. That's his first rule. What does that tell you about Forrest Fenn?
Well, that tells me that that's answering his comment regarding he stated other reasons for hiding the chest other than the reason I think he hid it.
No, it actually agrees with your first statement that we're all charlatans in one way or the other. I mean, let's face it. Looking at this channel, I'm a charlatan. I present myself as an expert in the Forrest Fenn treasure hunt. I'm not. I'm an expert at YouTube, right? So we're all a little bit of a charlatan. That's all he's saying. All of us are a little bit of charlatan. And he cites several examples, including Andy Warhol and the Neiman Marcus Corporation, right? So his lessons are learned as a result of living his life. And what Forrest Fenn discovered in life, one of the 109 things that Forrest Fenn discovered is that it doesn't matter who you are, it only matters who they think you are. And you and I could sit around and start tossing out names of people who meet that criteria. Right?
Yeah.
So that's not news. That's life.
I understand where you're coming from, and I enjoy with this coronavirus situation.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching the Gypsy Kiss and you guys on the tube, and this is the first time I've seen you live.
Thank you.
I didn't even know anything about live streaming until tonight.
There we are.
And there you are, and I'm talking to you.
So let's go back and let's talk about why he hid the treasure. He hid the treasure, what I'm going to categorize as two reasons. All right? Reason number one is he wanted us to have something to have fun with. That's reason number one. However you describe it, right?
Okay.
He wanted to put it out there so we could go out in the forest, so we could treasure hunt, so we could do research, so we could have a YouTube channel, more than one YouTube channel, so we could have fun. That was reason number one. Reason number two is because he wanted to make his name last as long as possible. So the longer the treasure remains unrecovered, the longer the Forrest Fenn name lives on. Those are the only two reasons.
So the reason that he stated about wanting to get people off of their electronics and out into the countryside, out into the mountains and stuff to breathe some fresh air and get away from their electronics, that's another reason.
No. I'm going to categorize that under reason number one. He wants us to have fun by his definition of fun, because when he describes that, get away from your texting machines, go out in the water, watch for the rainbows, see the animals, and smell the pine trees. That's his idea of having fun. So that's under number one. He just wanted us to have fun. And most of us are having fun. We get frustrated sometimes, but most of us are having fun with it, right? Because we get to go out. I mean, I've been to Montana. I've been to Wyoming. I've been more than once to Colorado. I've been to canyons that I never thought I would visit. I would have never gone to the Cody Museum had it not been for the Forrest Fenn treasure. Had no reason to go there had it not been for the Forrest Fenn treasure. I would have not gone to I'm going to say I might have gone to the Denver Museum. The point is, I'm having fun because he wanted me to have fun. That's why he put that treasure out there, right? So those are the only two reasons that treasure is. Now let's go back to the 2009 raid, and it was by the FBI, but it was at the direction of the Bureau of Land Management. And he was raided along with 23 others all over the western states, all over the four corner states, for trading in Native American artifacts, some of which had been illegally acquired. They took a couple of artifacts from him, and the reason is the titles that he had been presented for the artifacts were false, had been falsified. That wasn't his fault. The rest of the articles had what is referred to as a provenance. He could explain with paperwork where they came from. That's why they never returned, and that's why he was never charged. So he actually did the right thing. All right? There were several others, of the 23 others, 21 of them were charged, and of the 21, 2 eventually committed suicide. But that's because what they had done was illegal. Forrest Fenn didn't do anything illegal. That's why he was not arrested, nor was he charged, nor was there any case built against him after that.
I have another question regarding that 2009 incident.
Yeah.
Did they find, whoever was there, the FBI or whoever, did they find any of the items that were actually put in the chest or the chest itself when they were doing their search?
So,
or isn't that information public? Maybe it isn't.
It maybe is public. We have to believe that if Forrest Fenn says that he hid the treasure in 2009, it depends when the raid was made, but it is very likely that they saw the treasure chest and that every one of those items had what is referred to as provenance. He had paperwork that indicated that he purchased it legally. And when you hear the different items, I mean, he bought the overcoat bracelet from his friend Eric Sloan. I guarantee you that that required a title, because one of the most important things to Forrest, and when he was asked by Laureen Mills, she said, "Who owns those artifacts?" He said, his response was, "I'll tell you who. It's the guy that owns the title." One of the elements of Forrest Fenn's wisdom is that he never bought anything that he couldn't prove that the title was valid in it. So everything he owns, everything that's in his, if you've ever seen pictures of his den and his living room, there's Native American artifacts all over the walls. There's more in a vault in the house. They're all documented. They all belong to him because he acquired them legally from the people that owned them. And sometimes those people were Native Americans. Can you imagine this? He once bought an ancient pueblo, an ancient unused pueblo from the tribes here in New Mexico, just so he could excavate it. There were a lot of archaeologists and anthropologists, professionals with doctors in their name, who were upset about that because they didn't think he was qualified to do that. Here's what made him qualified. He went to the Native American tribes who owned that property, and he bought that from them, promising them that he would excavate it in an archaeological way, and he did, right up until he couldn't do it anymore. That's Forrest Fenn.
Do you know if he hid the treasure chest before the raid or after the raid?
I don't know.
Okay.
There are different dates. His most recent comment indicated that he hid the treasure in 2009. We know that he hid it during the summer, and I think the raid took place in late, like October or November. So it is possible that he hid the treasure before the raid, but I don't know specifically. That would be pure conjecture on my part.
Forrest Fenn has had a fantastic life. I'm a little jealous.
So he has had a dramatically interesting life, but I know of people who have lived very similar lives. They just haven't written a book or hidden a treasure. So the one thing that Forrest Fenn has going for him is that he's a wonderful storyteller. And he tells this wonderful and great story about having lived this life that he describes, and then having hidden a treasure that he acquired legally and hid legally. And it will belong, when the finder finds it, to the finder.
Does Shelley hunt with you?
She does. We are partners in everything we do.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to wish you both good luck, and I hope you find it.
Thank you. We look forward to it. We like the idea that we can look for it, and we'll continue looking for it until we're convinced we can't find it. We have some ups and downs, but we're very open about our ups and downs. and we're still looking for that treasure. We're still building theories around it, and we're still looking for it. And if we find it, we expect that we will own it.
I am, like I say, new to the internet, and so now I found your website or whatever you call it, this Gypsy Kiss, and I've been following it, and it's interesting, and it, especially during these times of the coronavirus epidemic, it, you know, we're all tied down to home, getting stir crazy and stuff. So I'm glad I got something to entertain me, so to speak.
Well, are you watching? Are you in the chat room?
Well, I can see some.
Okay. So what I'm going to
chatters
do
up there, I guess.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to post a YouTube channel in the chat room so you can see it. And it's called COVID Conversations. And we've invited a doctor, Dr. Coffee Brown. Yes, that's his name. And we open it up so that you can ask him questions about the coronavirus, and it's very reassuring. So join us Monday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for COVID Conversations. Shelley and I will be with Dr. Coffee Brown.
Okay.
I just put the link in the chat room so you can copy it and take a look at it.
Okay.
Because you know what?
Yeah, but anyway.
Because you know what? We're going to get through this.
Well, yeah, eventually. It's just, who knows, you know, the same thing can turn around, start again next fall again. And run
It may very well be, and eventually we'll have a vaccine that handles that, just like we've had vaccines for the flu is a virus just like this one, not quite as dramatically different, but we have a vaccine for that, and we'll eventually have a vaccine for the coronavirus, this one, and probably future ones, because this is not the first one.
Yeah, they said it might be a year and a half away before the virus is available to the public.
The vaccine. The virus is already available.
The vaccine. I mean, the vaccine is available to the public. A year to a year and a half.
It could be, because that's traditionally what it's been in the past. We think that it's moving along a little faster. We don't expect a year and a half, but maybe a year. I'm confident in those numbers. Anyway, join us on Monday night. We talk about all those things.
Well, thank you very much. I see you have 192 people watching you now. It says on my screen here.
Yeah. Well,
and, I'm as nervous as a whore in church talking on the telephone to you guys, so my voice is a little shaky.
Don't worry about it. Call back, and I want you to think about some of the things that we talked about. And skepticism is a good thing, but the more research you do, the more you'll find out that skepticism is not necessary. That there's something here, and there's lots of people that believe in it, and every possible angle has been researched in the past 10 years. So we have an answer for you to make you a little bit more comfortable.
No, I didn't want to put a downer on the hunt or anything like that.
No, we get, trust me.
To do that.
We get calls like this.
I just think in different ways, and I said to myself, well, hey, this guy's got he's got different reasons for hiding his chest.
Yeah.
But anyway. I just thought, now I got that off my chest, I can sleep tonight. Thank you.
Good. My pleasure. I'm glad I could help.
All right. I'll be following you on Gypsy Kiss.
We look forward to hearing from you.
Is there another site that you're on besides the Gypsy Kiss?
Well, like I said, we do have COVID Conversations, and we also have a YouTube channel called Sales Leaders Institute. But unless you're a sales professional or sales manager, you probably don't have an interest in it. But take a look at COVID.
You have one called Toby's Conversations?
No. This is it. Oh. You can call anytime. Okay. Anytime we open up the phone lines, you can call.
All right. Well, I've been following the clues. I will never get out to any of those 4 states to look for it.
Don't say that. You may have a reason to get out here after we're through with this little bit of a virus, but maybe a reason for you to come out.
Well, I'd love to go out there. I've never seen the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah. So here's your opportunity. Here's your opportunity to develop your own theory about where the treasure is. We all do that. And then when you think you got a chance, come out and visit. And honestly, if you don't find the treasure, there's so many interesting things to find in the western states, it's worth the trip.
Well, I'm sure it is. And I was going to ask you, which I forgot, I guess you've given up on the Rio Rancho area there with the reservoir?
Yes, I have. That was one of
That
my.
was probably a few years back.
That was one of my first. It was my first, and then I played with it a year ago. But yeah, it's I'm moving on from the Rio Chama and the Rio de los Pinos.
From what I can tell, you're favoring New Mexico yet, northern New Mexico. Anyway.
I am indeed. It just makes a lot of sense to me.
And you live in New Mexico, right?
That's correct. I live in Bernalillo.
Okay. Well, like I say, I've enjoyed this conversation. I just wanted to throw another wrinkle into the hunt and get something else for you to talk, a different subject for you to talk about. But I guess you've already discussed it, and I didn't know that. So
that's not your fault. We welcome the call so that we can help clarify things for anybody that has the question.
All right. Well, I will call back if I have another question. Thank you.
We look forward to it. You have a good evening.
And good luck to you and Shelley, okay?
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And keep an eye on that chest. I hear you might have one of those where the battery might go down.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like that, but we can have that conversation the next time.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You have a good evening.
Love your show. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye now. So Captain, he's not searching. He doesn't have a state yet. It hadn't gotten quite that far yet. All right. I don't know. I think that was kind of a fun call for me, guys. I think we'll call it. Oops, I do have a voice. Ooh. Let's see what Jacksonville, Florida. Let's play.
Well, hello and good evening. This is James Whitford from Faraway, and I'd just like to tell you all about my new band I'm promoting. It's called C19. They're a jolly great band from Japan, and they're a boy band, of course, and they do...
That was Davio. I meant to press this one. Let me see what's going on
Toby,
here.
this is Barry Martin. I was calling to see if I could talk to you. I was listening to the show. I'm not on my phone. My phone's broke. This is the number that I'm on.
So that's our friend. He's using a phone from Florida. Up until this time, he was from Atlanta. That's Barry. I like talking to him, but I got a feeling that would be a longer conversation that we have than we have time for. Let me just see what's going on here. Davio's got a list of crazy calls, so let me see what this one is. Oh, no, he's still pitching that. Okay. Sorry, Davio. Let's see what this one up here is.
Toby, this is Mr. T. Give me a call, 620.
Uh-oh.
Got it. All right. We'll save that one. Okay, you know what? I think we'll call it early tonight. Sonny J, and I really enjoyed that last call. I like when we get calls from the skeptics, because skepticism is a good thing, but sometimes skepticism can be blinding, right? It covers up some of the things that you probably haven't researched. And he said it was new, so it's not unusual for new people to come into the search and be totally skeptical about it. So I think there's some more areas that we could talk about for him that would get him a little bit closer. Before you know it, he's going to have a state and a theory, and he'll be visiting us in Bernalillo, I'll bet. John Miller, tell him about... Oh, we should have told him about the Members Vault. You know what, John? I am going to play the Members Vault because Shelley just reminded me.
So if you're a brand new searcher, what's the first thing you want to do is read the book. So we're going to read the book. And then we're going to also, at the same time, match it up to the poem. So what did this chapter say to you about what do you see in the poem? How do they fit together? So we're going to work the poem and the book together. Now you can join at any time. It's going to be an open door membership.
In the bonus section on the Member Vault, we have added 2 videos that Toby produced.
Is he saying there is stuff in life that isn't worthy of spending time knowing, or that the real test of your intelligence is knowing the stuff that everybody else thinks is not worthy of knowing?
You know, when he talks about no special knowledge is needed to find the treasure, but maybe you need to know those things not worthy of knowing in order to find the treasure.
I love the way that you put that together. Let's see. Colorado says, hope you have a great and safe confinement this weekend. I guess that's one way to put it. So yeah, I am going for out on the Bosca Trail tomorrow for a long bike ride, but you pass other people, and unless they sneeze on you when you pass, you should be okay. And that's just keeping my health up. I think the best thing you can do for yourself is go into this situation as healthy as possible, especially when you're my age. So that's just a workout for me that I want to make sure we do. So, and for those of you that haven't adhered to the warning, please avoid crowds. If you can't get out, if you have to get out for a reason, make sure that every time you're in some place, you wash your hands with some hand sanitizer before you touch your face, the T-zone. This is what your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. And there are statistics as to the number of times a day we touch our faces without knowing about it, and that's how you're going to get this virus. They are recommending now that people wear face masks. My only worry about that strategy is I think it gives you a confidence that may not be warranted. The best thing that you can do is keep a safe distance. If you're not staying at home, I'm staying at home. Walmart delivers my groceries, and I'm staying at least 6 feet away from that guy. I'm staying at home. I strongly suggest you avoid crowds. If you have to be in crowds, 6 feet distance. And if anybody is even near you that looks sick, step away from them. If you do get sick, isolate yourself so that you don't make anybody else sick, because that's happening a lot. All right? We will see you tomorrow night. For those of you that are going to the movies with us, 1917 is tomorrow night's movie. I'll keep my promise, and we'll do River Runs Through It next Saturday. And then we'll see you on Monday night at 7 p.m. for COVID conversations with Dr. Coffee Brown. And do you want to promote your daily live stream?
Daily live stream. We're talking about daily journaling every morning. I've moved it to 11 a.m. Mountain Time, so you don't have to get up so early. And you can join me live, and we'll just talk about whatever you want to talk about. And that's on the softerside.live or Shelley Carney Productions on YouTube. I'm also on Facebook if that's your preferred method of looking at videos. But head on over. I'm doing it every morning.
Thank you, and thank you for that. It's very reassuring. So, Captain, you can find the member vault at gypsieskiss.com. A camera is not required. You don't have to talk. You don't have to be in front of a camera. People eventually do. Oh, so you want to go to the movie? Hang on, Sarah Rocks. Let me do that. So here's if you want to sign up for the movie, you do have to sign up and provide me your email, because I'm going to send you a Zoom invitation. The same is true if you don't want to turn on your camera. You don't actually have to do anything. You can listen and watch the movie without participating in the...
But the chat is open if you want to
chat.
chat.
The chat is open, right. We open up the chat. So that's the movie night.
And then at the end of the movie, we just open everything up to conversation.
Yeah. So it's kind of a big group thing. Hang on, let me see how many people we have signed up for the movie real quick. Let's see. Don't forget to do the survey, okay? I'd like to get at least 400 this year, because that provides quality data, and we'll share that with you. So, oops, that's not right.
Yeah, tell your friends to fill out the survey. It's very simple.
Takes about 3 minutes. Just select multiple choice.
The information is enjoyable for everybody to know after it's over, and sometimes reporters will call and they'll want to know that sort of information, and it's helpful to have it.
So we have 38 people signed up for the movie. My Zoom.us account will handle up to 100, so we got plenty of room to go. All right? Okay, guys. And
thanks for being here tonight, everybody, and sharing this wonderful quarantine with us, quarantine time. And For A Gypsy Kiss, Friday Fenndango, I'm the Magical Church of Princess life coach to the rich and famous, Shelley Carney.
You know, I got to say this, that whatever microphone that you're using adds another little dimension to your already sexy voice. So it actually sounds pretty cool. I'm not going to change it. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. I hope you had as much fun as we did. That last call was just amazing. I really like that kind of call. So if there's any skeptics out there, call in. Let's talk about it. I'll try and convince you otherwise. I mean, I'm a bit of a skeptic about things myself. So thanks for joining us tonight. Hey, we look forward to seeing you on movie night tomorrow night. 1917 is the movie. Great cinematography.